Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome to November.
It is the Bulls Tabletop Hour. I'm Adam Harry.
And I'm Larry.
And we've got some exciting stuff to cover this week.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Has it been a busy
Very
4
busy.
days out there in tabletop gaming land. All you people who are watching, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, it exploded over the weekend. We had so many things happen.
Also, quick special announcement.
Oh.
Right at the start of the show.
Start of the show.
Dark Apocrypha is back.
What?
That is correct. This Thursday, we are streaming games again.
Streaming's back.
This Thursday, we are having our kickoff Dark Apocrypha game. We are playing Warhammer 40,000. We are streaming the game. We have Goat Boy in the house.
We'll be back.
Thomas Reedy, Mr. Reedy. He's
Yep.
going to be playing against Abe. Stable Abe is
Ooh.
back. We don't know what he's going to be playing yet. He's
being secretive about it.
And we are playing with the new Orc Codex. So we're going to have a game. It is 7 to 9 Central Time on PM on Thursday. So
Thursday
tune
night.
in. We will be playing 40K and Age of Sigmar every week. We are back. So all you people who have, if you used to like Dark Apocrypha and the gang,
we're back.
We took
It's
a hiatus. It's back. We'll be here every Thursday.
Do we have some new stuff to show? Like it'll be like a slightly new format, or
yes. The games are going to be more. The games will be more competitive, but we will also be streaming. It's going to be going back and forth between 40K and Age of Sigmar. So there's going to be a lot more Age of Sigmar. There's a lot of really. We have a whole stable of really good, excited Age of Sigmar players.
Am I going to play my Chaos Age of Sigmar stuff eventually?
Where are your Nighthawns and why aren't they painted?
They are painted. They're not. It's not finished yet. I got distracted by Adeptus Titanicus.
Like, you know that them being gray does not count.
They're not. They are painted.
That does not count.
I have shown pictures off of my painted Nighthawks.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
They are ghostly and ghastly.
All right, so back to the big news that everyone. We had another one of these.
Yes.
This is the fourth one this year at the Blood and Glory tournament, which was a big Age of Sigmar tournament in England, in the United Kingdom. In the UK. So, we're from Texas.
Yeah.
Forgive.
Yeah.
We had another unveiling seminar, like we've seen at LVO, like we've seen at Adepticon, like we've seen at Nova. We got another one, and it had a whole bunch of stuff.
Whole lot of stuff
came out. It's been a super, super busy 3 days. So let's catch you guys up on all things Games Workshop stuff first, because there's a ton of it. All different systems.
We brought the tablet over, so
we have the tablet right here, so we can keep track for you guys. Also, as we're talking about things, throw stuff. Well, we will chew the fat with you guys. We'll talk about whatever you want to. Get us your questions. We have lovely Mars in the corner, keeping everything going.
Producer Mars,
say hi. Hello. She's in the house. All right, we're going to start off. So the big thing that we had was the first thing was we got some reveals and some sample rules and stuff on the beta codex that's going to be in chapter approved 2018 for Adeptus Sororitas. So the sisters, we've been seeing this slow little trickle of sisters news all year long. We've seen some of the models. We've seen a bunch of faces now, heads, all kinds of stuff.
Some pre-sculpts,
weapons, iconography. We've seen the bases.
We got the first rules.
The miniatures look good. We got the first rule. We got some rules.
So just so you know at home, chapter approved 2018 is coming out probably December timeframe.
Yeah, it came out in December last year.
It'll update a bunch of points. It'll update rules. There will be the orc.
A bunch of orc looted war scrolls are going to
stuff.
Yeah,
that will be stuff. In there. Looted stuff. We don't know what all will be.
At least it's a wagon and other things
but
that the orcs have looted.
The big news again is that Adeptus Sororitas beta codex will be in print.
And I have to say they're really, I mean, they're being, yes, they're building up the hype machine, but you also get the impression that they really want to get this one right.
Yeah, they even said that in the Warhammer Community article, saying, this is one of the most anticipated codexes that they've had in a very, very long time, and they want to get it right, so they want fans to play with it, break it, send them feedback. Yeah. They want to get this codex right.
So we're going to have an entirely new army, from the miniatures point of view, redone entirely. And they're going to have to get the rules right. And for those of you, all you long-term 40K players, the sisters are kind of they're a quasi-different army. They've been done in different ways.
Yeah, they've had a couple of different play styles.
With their whole concept of articles of faith and faith points over the years. They've kind of done them in different ways. So it's like
I call them cheat points.
Personally. I call them cheat point. Holy cheat points.
No, they're just cheat points.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't. They cheat.
And they've waxed and waned over the editions, but for them to actually get the real treatment, a whole new range, all new rules, and they have the potential to be an army that does play fundamentally differently than a lot of other armies, which is really cool.
I think that's the most exciting thing. It's a new army coming out, essentially a new army coming out. It has to be a new line because all of the old sisters were metal.
Oh yeah, and ancient,
and they didn't get like Finecast release, by the way. So they've got to be doing a whole new line. And we saw again when Celestine came out, we saw that box set come out with Celestine,
and everyone was like, "Whoa,
Plastic Sisters!" They finally figured out the hair thing.
Wouldn't it be great for Celestine to finally after a year of being in 8th edition? Oh, I actually can fight with my own faction instead of just being dropped into the rest of the Imperial Army.
Yeah, so that will be.
It's always nice. It's nice.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Though I think it will be interesting to see them play as a completely different faction, compared to everything else. We saw some of their stuff. What is it? The Order of the Bloody Rose.
Yeah. So we have. So they're going to
quick to anger.
Very cool for the first time ever. 8th edition is all about sub factions.
Yep.
So all the races are getting cool sub factions with rules that we've never seen before. Right. The Necrons have rules for their dynasties. The Tau have rules for their different septs. The Orcs got clan rules finally. Well, they got clan rules again after like 30 years. And Sisters have never had rules ever for their major convent houses.
Yeah, they had the battalion rules in like 7th, which were like, if you take this battalion with these things.
They've had the big 6 houses of like forever. They've always been there. It's like, which is basically like, which in the past meant, are you going to paint your silvers? Are you going to paint your sisters silver or black or red or white?
Right.
But now they have rules. So we got Order of the Bloody Rose. Those are the ones that are red. Get it? Bloody Rose.
Makes sense.
They're red. Quick to anger. Once their battle fury is roused, none prosecute the wars of the Adeptus Ministorum with greater fervor than do those warriors who belong to the Order of the Bloody Rose. Add +1 to the strength and attacks characteristics of a model with this conviction during any turn in which it made a charge move or was charged or performed a heroic intervention. So basically on their first...
This is Furious Charge. Essentially, with
except it works if you get charged. That's the cool thing.
The first round of combat,
but it's going to be a big deal because Sisters Sororitas have 1 attack base, and they're strength 3. Okay, for the last 25 years, sorority. So moving them up to strength 4 with 2 attacks on the first turn, solid.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
It's essentially Furious Charge that happens on the first turn.
You can see how that's going to be great. It's going to be cool. So I'm sure we're going to see all of the standard archetypes. We're going to see those are the assault ones. We're going to see the ones that are shooty.
We're going to see a flamer probably.
Right. We're going to see like reroll. I really hope there's like a Salamander's equivalent. Because it's Sisters, right? So it's all flames all the time.
Flame,
which in 8th edition, so it's going to be just all lots of auto hits.
Yeah.
And there's going to be they can like reroll
max
wounds or reroll whatever. Cool. Oh, it'll be good.
Maximum, you get D6, you max 6.
So I'm excited about that. That's very cool.
Yep.
We got a sample stratagem. Mm-hmm. Burning Descent, 1 CP. Use this stratagem. This is a Seraphim one.
Yeah.
Use a stratagem after your Seraphim squad unit from your army is set up on the battlefield using its Sky Strike ability. Yeah. So when it deploys from Deep Strike on turn 2. You can immediately shoot with that unit as if it were your shooting phase, and for those attacks, the range of the unit's hand flamer is increased to 12. This does not prevent it from shooting again in the following shooting phase.
So a couple of notes here on this one.
Go ahead.
First off, it happens during your movement phase.
Yep.
You deploy them, they get to shoot immediately.
Yep.
And their hand flamers go out to 12 inches. Now, hand flamers... Again, those are like typically, if you look at the stats for a hand flamer, it's like currently it's D3 shots,
right?
And it's usually strength 3, or sometimes it's D3 shots, strength 4. It depends,
right? And the range is 6, right?
The range on those is usually 6 or 8. It's very limited,
right? It's
but this bumps it up to 12,
which is great,
and they get to fire again, which is huge. Right. So, I mean, I honestly. Right. This is how I'd like to see more flamer units get treated because typical deep strike rules, and again we don't know the deep strike rules currently, but if you're 8-inch range, flamers
and you have to deploy outside of 8-inch.
You have to deploy over 9.
Right.
You can't even shoot. So this actually lets you shoot the first turn.
I mean, I really like it. 2, like you said, I like taking something like that whenever they redo the Space Marine Codex as an example because they're gonna. Sooner than you think.
That's got to happen.
There's an interesting way of making the currently kind of dull, boring assault troops with jump packs interesting in the game again, right? Like, how do you fix assault squads? How do you make raptors more interesting? All those kinds of just like not the super not like berserkers and the badass, but kind of just the everyday assault pack guys. Stuff like that is
because currently right now assault troops in general, assault marines are very boring,
and that's why nobody takes them. So they need something. That is a neat mechanic.
I think that also works with drop pod units, like theoretically, like because you drop pod it now and you
represents the shock of like whoa, these guys came out of nowhere. Exactly. So like give them a free phase to do something.
Now again, depending on when the Sky Strike ability triggers as well, they may not get a move afterwards. Right? Because we don't know yet. We don't know what the rule does. Because if it happens at the end of the movement phase when they drop in, they don't get to move again. That's their move for the phase. So and if they have to deploy outside of 9 anyway, having that 12-inch range really just means they're only going to get to shoot once per turn. Now, again, if the rule completely changes that up and allows them to happen at the beginning of the phase and they get an extra move and all this other stuff, then they'll get to shoot during the movement phase and during the following shooting phase, which is super cool. Mm-hmm. And if you charge them, I mean, flamers, so have fun sucking that up. But, it's... sisters are coming, but that was the first thing. You want to move on to the next...
Yes. Big thing? Next, moving on to...
Do we want to talk Black Fortress stuff? Because, holy crap, that was a lot of stuff.
Yes. Let's talk about Black Fortress. So, Blackstone Fortress...
Blackstone Fortress.
A Black Fortress is something different.
No, Blackstone Fortress. They knew what it meant.
That's like Orthanc, like Sorenman lives there.
That's true. Question, real quick, before we...
What do you guys got? Talk to us about Sisters. We want to hear from you.
We've got some people who are really excited for Sisters. But
us too.
What I do have is a question about Blackstone Fortress.
Yes.
Okay.
Have y'all heard anything about the minis in Blackstone Fortress getting rules for 40K?
Yes.
Yeah, they confirmed that today.
They are confirmed. All right.
All of the minis.
So all of the minis, everything that is in there. Blackstone Fortress, I'm going to give us a second here.
Yeah, I just wrote this up.
Turns out, that's what we were doing about 4 hours ago.
Yeah, so Blackstone Fortress, first off, all of the minis have points. I already did the math for you guys. There's an article on the website right now talking about that. The two factions that are coming out, if you tally up all the points for all of the good guys and all the chaos guys, then they're right around 300 points each. So it should slot right into whatever.
Basically, I think that what we're seeing from Games Workshop, if you guys go back and remember Rogue Trader, Rogue Trader was an entire game. It's part of Kill Team, but it also just out of the blue, it also had
new factions.
Yeah, it had 2 Warhammer 40,000 mini codexes in it. They're very small.
Gellerpox Infected and the
Star
Striders. We can't say the first name.
Elucidian.
Star Striders. It's just the Star Striders.
Elucidian.
Yeah, I know it's the geometry. I know what it means.
Yes.
But
so Blackstone Fortress, all the minis that are in it. Also, they will be receiving Warhammer 40,000 rules, and they have points. That's all we know about it so far. Mm-hmm. That is what has trickled out across the internet. So we don't know the exact format that those 40K rules are going to show in. We're looking, but I'm assuming that they're probably going to have...
They're going to be data sheets.
Yeah.
They're going to get data sheets for 40K. They're going to be in the bag. There's probably going to be a booklet. There's like 8 booklets or something, 6 booklets.
It's going to either have cards or it's going to be a little tiny mini codex like we saw in Rogue Trader.
They're going to have their own data sheets.
So this game is looking cool. First of all, so here's the thing I really like about it. This is looking more and more every day like this is very much following the footsteps of Silver Tower. Mm-hmm. So it has a hex-based board that as you explore it, you're going to be drawing tiles and putting them down. So the Blackstone Fortress, has a variable board. It's going to kind of
modular.
It goes off in different directions as you. It has a hex-based theme as opposed to the square.
Which is essentially just different
that Silver Tower did because it's high tech, and in the future, if it's sci-fi,
there's more sides in the future.
You use hexagon, yes, absolutely.
There's just more sides.
No Mason could make a hexagon in the Age of Sigmar.
No. The tech's too complicated. But I mean, it makes sense because this game is a Warhammer Quest game.
Sure.
So it says at the top Warhammer Quest.
So I'm counting really quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the good guy team, the Rogue Traders entourage, you got 9 models.
You do, but 2 of those models are Ratlings, so it's like a half each for those. So it's really just 8 models.
That's mean.
Well, it's also because they're actually they're actually pointing together. I'm being mean, but it's true.
Who disagrees with that?
Nope.
Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah, well, he's still short. So
that's true. So we have, and it's really cool. So we got 9 new miniatures. They're all really, really neat and interesting. And I really like that a couple of them are classics from like way long time ago that we haven't seen get new miniatures in a long time. So like one of them is a navigator. There's a navigator, and there hasn't been...
That's the dude with the big weird...
Yeah, he looks like the hammerhead shark.
Yeah, the hammerhead shark
Dude, he
hat.
looks super cool.
That is exciting.
And there's like a new priest and a weird little robot.
Space Pope. He's just a big...
Yeah, Space Pope. He's got the mitre. He's got the book, flyer. He's pointing. Yeah. Everything Space
the
Pope
cool robot
should be.
Dude.
Yeah, there's the weird robot, which is neat because it's just like a man-sized robot.
Yeah.
It's not like one of the huge giant Mechanicus robots.
We have to talk about that flamethrower.
Yeah. Holy crap. Cut it, chainsaw
great.
while you burn it.
It's a chainsaw flamethrower. I mean...
Yeah, it's a sister... I don't know if Sisters of Silence or just Sister of Pencha.
We're in Texas. You don't use those to do your lawn care? We already have those here. I don't know what you're talking about. Why is this a surprise? Ours just say Texas on the side of them instead of what weird stuff.
Yeah, you got to cauterize the wound when you make it.
Well, you burn the weeds and then you cut the trees down. And you cut the brush.
You can't do that on a fire band, though.
No, you can't.
Which is 90% of our time here in Texas.
You got an Eldar Ranger in there.
Yeah.
You got there's the 2 Ratlings. There's the Kroot Mercenary. So here's what I love about this group is that once again, it's just there's so many neat little guys in there that are homages to all these cool, like some of these guys have had miniatures before, or they're homages to like old army lists or things that we used to have or that we have back. I mean, and some of these guys,
Mercs, man.
Yeah, please, can we have Kroot Mercs again?
This to me is exciting. The Imperium side is exciting to me because it just showcases a bunch of different things that could eventually become their own factions or expanded on. If GW ever wanted to get chased down that wild hair and do it, that would be super cool.
On the but as cool as I think the Imperial side is, I'm actually more excited about this.
Yeah.
This is from a miniature point of view. I'm more excited about the bad guys side of Blackstone Fortress.
I'm more excited about the bad guys from a perspective of new armies that could happen.
Yes. So let's talk
possibilities.
Let's talk about why we're excited about this. First of all, caveat: we have no inside information on this. We are speculating.
This is all speculation.
All speculating.
Hat time.
That said, we have been playing 40K and watching Games Workshop professionally for a long time.
Yeah.
So
established 2006 at least.
If you look at all of the miniatures that come as the bad guy section, we get a tiny smattering. There's like 3, I think. There's a little tiny bit of Chaos Space Marines.
They look cool, by the way.
They look really cool.
They look super rad.
They have a really good vibe. They've like done a really good job.
Yeah.
They're not Primaris. They're still like normal guys, but they made them like beefier and bulkier and tougher.
Do you remember the?
They just look stocky.
What was it? The Dark Imperium.
Yes.
The Chaos.
The champion.
The champion
who
guys.
had the knife and he's running and he had all the weird crazy. Yes.
That's what they remind me of.
They look like those
They're
guys.
in that vein.
They don't look really cartoony the way like a lot of the Chaos Space Marine range kind of does at this point. They look just kind of more like serious and chunky and bulky. But there's only 3 of them. Then you get a bunch of Chaos Guardsmen. They're not cultists. These guys are clearly...
Sorry, it wasn't Dark Imperium. It was the one before that, where it was just Chaos.
Black.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't Black Reach? It doesn't matter.
Dark Vein, whatever.
Yeah, dark.
Yes, it's the Chaos Champion who's running forward, and he's got the knife.
He's got the knives.
He's running, and he looks really mean.
Yeah,
yeah, they look like those guys. So you get 3 Chaos Space Marines, then you get a ton, roughly a dozen of basically Traitor Guard. And these are not. These are clearly not cultists.
They are not cultists.
These look like guardsmen. They're wearing Cadian helmets.
They say armor. They are Traitor Guard.
Yeah. So these are guardsmen who are wearing guard equipment, but it's all like been chaosized and they're wearing
spikes. That's just
it's like bandanas. Like if you're like a good guy, like if you wear a bandana, a commissar will shoot you on sight in the Imperium.
If you wear a bandana and add a spike to your shoulder pad,
you're done.
So and some goggles,
which is what these guys have done. So they got a lot of that. Then we have some Urguls, which looks pretty cool because those are just
the Drukhari.
Right, they're Drukhari, but they're not actually Drukhari. They're just slave monsters. So hey, there's slave monsters running around inside the spaceship. There's those weird little robot things.
The drones.
And stylistically,
very different.
I'm super intrigued by those because if you look at those models really carefully, the question is I've asked a lot of longtime 40K people who made those.
Yeah.
And it's like they could be Eldar, They could be Drakari. They could be ancient Eldar. They could be like
Old
pre-fall. They could be all They have an aesthetic to them that's somewhere kind of funky in between Eldar, Slanesh.
Yeah.
They have some kind of Slanesh elements to them.
They're very slender and
and just by their techno
looking.
nature, arguably Tau. So whatever the heck these things
they're
are,
definitely. I don't think they're Tau.
yeah, I don't think so. They're not.
They're too
they're
old
not
to be
like
Tau.
like
They're too
hard
ancient.
tech enough.
Yeah.
It's like weird organic tech.
Yeah.
So
It's very true.
super cool. So what I like about all of these guys when you combine them all together,
And the Beastmen. You forgot to mention the Beastmen.
oh sorry, and there's Beastmen. Did I
Yeah.
mention Beastmen? So here's
Beastmen.
and then there's the weird the heretical Admech thralls.
Oh yeah,
are
the
in there.
Negavolt cultists are there.
Okay.
Oh, and don't forget the unsanctioned psychers too.
Sure, and an unsanctioned psyker. So,
There's
hey, for
three of
all you
those.
people so I think it's funny that they never actually made a Malefic Lord during the era of Siege of Vrax, and then like Malefic Lords took over 8th edition, and then they finally banned them because they
Yeah.
never made a miniature for them. Now they've made a miniature.
Now they
for
made
them,
3.
which is hilarious. So here's what is particularly intriguing about this group of miniatures.
Yeah.
These guys are gonna have 40k rules, right?
Yes.
So if you take, for all you guys who are watching, raise your hand out there in internet land if any of you guys were playing back in like 4th during the era of the Eye of Terror campaign.
That was like 3rd, man.
3rd. Okay, I don't remember. It's been so long. So
Yeah.
the Eye of Terror campaign had
3-5.
had a codex that came out with it, and it had a lot of really interesting armies in it, and that's where those armies first made their introduction into Warhammer 40,000.
They were the Lost in the Damned.
The Lost and the Damned was one of them.
That was the Traitor Guard.
And the Lost and the Damned was a really weird, funky army because it basically represented undisciplined chaos military rabble. So it was effectively Traitor Guard. It's what later got expanded upon and turned into the Traitor Guard list in Vrax. But that was forge rolled, and it was always kind of quasi-official,
Right.
and it had lots of balance problems.
Yeah.
But
The Traitor Guard were cool because you had guardsmen,
and they
essentially
could,
guardsmen.
They could take some. They could take like Russes
they could
and
take,
like
heavy
basic
weapon
guard
squads,
stuff,
right? But they also had Chaos Space Marines
to back them up
that were sprinkled in through, and
Right.
they were essentially like.
Those were their commanders.
And honestly, to me, it always felt
And
like
they could
in
take
that era,
and they could take like 1 to 2 of them. They could take them
yeah,
in very
that
limited
felt
numbers.
that felt like how an actual 40k army would work.
Sure,
Because
on
to
the
me,
chaos side, right?
No, I mean, if you just took that kind of look of like, here's some guardsmen and a couple space marines.
Okay.
If you read any of the books, that's how they defend planets.
Oh, sure.
It's like 5 marines and 100 guardsmen,
Sure.
or thousands
Yep.
of guardsmen, and like the 5 marines are basically commanding the guard, and they're fighting the big enemy guys.
Right.
And to me, in my head, that's how a real campaign actually looked. Now on the tabletop, it's very, very different.
Yeah.
But this was the first army I ever saw that was like, yeah, that's how you have these interweaving units of marines and chaos guys. So.
And the Lost and the Damned army had Traitor Guard backed up by small amounts of Marines, and then it had these like big kind of like bulky brute like they were the predecessors of what would later become Chaos Ogres.
Yeah.
But so you're like, what would those be equivalent of? And you're like, okay, wait a minute. How about all those weird giant like plague hulks that we just got in Rogue Trader?
Yeah.
Just big kind of big meat buckets of Nurgle.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at all these chaos things, and these are all Games Workshop has a long history of kind of putting things out in some of these games that later get rolled into that they'll later become armies. You could see the prototyping here of something that could turn into a Codex Traitor Guard, a Codex Lost in the Damned, Codex Dark Mechanicus. There's a bunch of different things. There's a lot of really interesting directions that these miniatures are kind of hinting towards. So,
that's why I'm so excited. Just the possibilities.
I'm super excited
for
about
Chaos to get some more allies, because
Sure.
they've got Chaos Demons. We got that locked down, but the Imperium's gotten it's got Guard, it's got Astra Militarum.
The Imperium
Mechanic
has
is
so
now. It's got
much.
Imperial Knights, and sure, there's Traitor versions, all that, but it's not ever been like fully fleshed out. These could be the first seeds planted.
I mean,
of, like,
I think the game is
new
mature
stuff.
enough at this point that it
Also,
can,
new factions. Just bring on new factions.
correct. The game is mature enough. It can handle.
Yeah.
It can handle Traitor Guard, and it could handle Dark Mechanicus if Games Workshop wanted to go in either of those directions.
I just want to say too, side note, I just played Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, the board game, which uses a modular tile system. It's really fun. And then today I come into the office and I look at that's actually the wrong picture. But I come in today and I look at the board for Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress, and I'm like, wow, I think it's like they were on the same design wave. It's just the modular board stuff. It's just really cool. Completely different games, by the way, but just the similarities were there.
We've talked about that before. There's definitely, as Games Workshop is growing and kind of in their big growth era right now. There's definitely more crossing of the streams happening between Games Workshop products and the types of products that you would see from FFG. There's a lot of those guys are definitely kind of competing and coming up. Their games are getting closer.
Yeah, it's just I think that's just the way games in general are going around. But we'll keep going.
We have a question. What do we got?
Yeah, we've got. I think this is more kind of a speculative question. But who are the spindle drones going to work for in 40K? Since they've said the models all have 40K profiles.
That is
to be determined.
I mean, clearly
they're on the Chaos side right now.
Right, they're on the Chaos side now, so they've got to be bad guys.
What we do know about them from the articles that Warhammer communities put out about them, and what Games Workshop has hinted about them, they are the caretakers of the Blackstone Fortress. So they even predate the Chaos forces that are there. Which
is what makes me think that
those could be a neutral faction.
I think those are ancient Eldar.
Yeah, I think they could actually be Eldar. Some type of neutral faction that is fighting against the Imperial forces, because that's who the players are going to play as. So we might see scenarios, and again, this is a scenario game like Warhammer Quest. So we might see scenarios where you have to go in and deactivate them and capture them versus just destroy them. We don't know yet. Just speculate.
Right,
here.
They could function like the cat or weird drones did in Space Hulk, where sometimes they're on your side and sometimes you have to go retrieve them.
You have to get them back. Sometimes maybe they're objective markers. Maybe, but yeah, those weird drones. I hope that they're a secret old faction. The old ones coming back. Right.
And remember, just at a big picture level, for all the guys out there watching who don't know, Blackstone Fortresses are These are ancient devices that were built by the Eldar and the Old Ones during the War in Heaven. These were giant macro weapons that were designed to fight the Catan originally, millions of years ago, and then and then the Old Ones died off, and they were just set adrift in space. So these are weapons designed to destroy stars,
and currently
is what they actually are.
Currently, I've been doing a lot of research to this,
and then every race has kind of rediscovered them and been like, "Oh, these
it's
are
very
cool."
Mass Effect. It's very, if you've played the Mass Effect video games, very very much like the mass relays. But I've been doing a lot of research on this. I was on the Lexicon all weekend reading up on Blackstone Fortress and all this stuff. So currently, but before this game came out, there were 6 Blackstone Fortresses known.
Sure.
I'm not going to get into all the history.
Sure.
2 of them basically went bye-bye. One of them crashed in Acadia. I think Huron Blackheart's got one. Abaddon gifted him one. But basically there were 6 known. One of them was...
That's a nice gift.
Yeah, well, he wanted to really get him on his side. So, Anyway, this Blackstone Fortress, if you have watched any of the videos, the rogue trader that is going after this one, this is a new Blackstone Fortress. Right. So this is essentially
it's just discovered
Blackstone Fortress that has been discovered. And he's got his crew of misfits together, and they're going,
Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bear style, or I was thinking like Kelly's Hero style.
Sure.
Behind enemy lines, to go get the gold vault. But
sure, yeah.
But essentially, they're going into this new Blackstone Fortress that's been discovered.
It is a new style GW game, so it's got a bazillion dice and weird custom dice. So
it's got custom dice.
It's got D12s. A bunch of D12s.
Sure.
It's got a bunch of D12s with weird.
There's triangle.
And it's all funky. Rulers, all the rule books, everything. So this book, we don't know how much it's going to be at all.
I'm going to guess 150.
Yeah, don't quote us. Yeah, I'm going to say around 150.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Seems totally reasonable.
Silver Tower, Hammer
was
Hall,
around there.
They were around 150.
Yeah, I want to
say. If you're budgeting, if you're doing your hobby budget for the month or for December, just squirrel away $200.
If you pencil in 125 to 150, you're probably safe.
You're probably safe.
It's gonna be in there somewhere.
But you're gonna want to get snacks, so just pencil in $200. Put that to the side.
My gas money.
Yeah,
I need my gas.
You
money.
don't need that chimichanga.
Paint. You're gonna have to paint these things.
Yeah, paint and glue, hobby supply money. Just put it all in there.
So Blackstone Fortress, we don't have the exact release date on this, but basically retailers are already talking about getting solicitations.
It's got to be in the next couple weeks.
It's going to be in the next 1 or 2 weeks.
It's got to be.
So it's here. They're talking about it nonstop. It is around the corner.
We've been seeing the retailer sheets pop up. There's pictures of them floating around.
So this is the big next thing.
Yeah,
that we're going to get from Games Workshop. Next, moving on, Necromunda. House Deloc.
Oh crap! I was hoping we'd get to this.
Okay, so House Deloc is the first of all is the.
If you don't know who they are, they're the intelligence wing. So the governor of the Necromunda Spire, he basically contracts out his intel to these guys.
Correct. They're the spy masters.
Spy masters all over. I did not like this faction before because they look like a bunch of bald dudes in trench coats who were going to flash you in the park. You know what I'm talking about. They were creepy looking. They were all very pale, very generic looking. I didn't like them from the previous version of Necromunda. This version of Necromunda...
Now you're very happy?
I am so excited. They look so cool. They remind me of... I was trying to picture... I was like, is it the Guild Navigators from Dune? Is it the Cenobites from Hellraiser?
It's Dark City.
It's Dark City.
It's all Dark City.
They are totally the dudes from Dark City.
Just type in Dark City in your browser right now.
Dark City movie.
Dark City movie. And then
click 99, 98,
yeah,
something like
and
that.
Click images.
97.
And look at the images.
1998.
98.
Thank you, Mars.
98.
It's actually getting a full re-release in theaters right now.
Well, good timing, GW.
The House Deloc edition.
The House Deloc, yeah, but they're so cool looking. They have these. They're not even trench coats, but they're like these uniform long coats that don't open in the middle anymore. But they have like
rows of buttons on the side.
They're also, if you look at them compared to the other models, they're also like gangly and skinny, like very lithe.
Yeah, they're like 7 heads tall.
Yeah,
and they're pale, and they all have like pistols and daggers.
Yeah,
like
and
there's no people with
rad.
There's like no people with rifles in there. They're like all sneaky and they're all sunken eyed. They look fantastic.
They look fantastic.
So, for how long has it been now? 30 years.
A year?
People have been begging Games Workshop. Can you please make a
2
faction?
years.
Can you please make a faction with great coats? Please, guard
they're better than
someone.
They're better
anyone.
Yeah.
And as we know, Games Workshop has never done it because they're in the clutches of the evil pants industry. So all their miniatures have pants. There's no great coats. But House Deloc is out now with awesome looking coats. I'm super. I mean, already
they are the final clan house or gang house.
Yes, of the base
6
of the big 6.
On top of that, not only are they coming out, GW is finally releasing a Gangs of Necromunda book that contains all the rules for all 6 houses.
So you can buy that and have everything.
Honestly,
it's actually probably what I want.
This feels like Necromunda is finally at a point at which it's complete.
Yeah, it's complete. All the great houses are there,
and now they can add on from here. If they had done this a year ago, 2 years ago when Necromunda came out, I would be way more pumped up about it. But I'm still excited about Deloc. Don't get me wrong. They look rad.
They look. I mean, people are already losing their minds over convert. They want to use them for. They want to. I mean,
Mechanicus.
Right.
Mechanicus conversions.
You're going to use them for Mechanicus. You can use them for like navigate. You can use them for sanction. For
Psychers.
For like weird vein Psychers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're like anyone who needs to be uncomfortably tall, bald, and
creepy looking.
There's your man.
Yeah.
You can use them for all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. I still think I feel like Necromunda is
Demon Hosts.
I feel like Necromunda as a side game is like a hidden gem for conversions and army ideas. Mm-hmm. I think I've talked to you about this before, but my secret army idea that theme wise that I want to do, but I probably will never get around to, is to use House Cawdor. They're the scrapyard, junker, scrounger guys.
Yep.
Get 30, maybe 32 of them as Imperial Guardsmen. And then buy like 3 knights, and all they do is follow the knights around like they're little crappy, peasants that like go get him, master, go smash the bad guys, and the knights are just like, oh, okay.
Who Deloc would be great for?
Yeah.
You
just went blank.
I forgot. Death Cult Assassins.
Death Cult Assassins. They have the double daggers.
Exactly. They all have it'd be super good.
Or I also want to do a whole Vansar army because
I just want
those guys look cool. They look like Tron.
I am super they look fantastic. So, I mean, I really like Necromunda. there's a lot of people who are like, well, like, why does Necromunda exist if Kill Team exists? And I'm like, they're really different. Because Kill Team is just kind of, Kill Team is quick and dirty 40k.
Yeah.
So I have my gang, I'm going to bring it, and we're going to fight, and we're going to have our game.
Maybe we'll get a crossover rule set.
But, like, Necromunda, to me, Necromunda, because it's so narrative, and it has, like, all the politics, and like, Necromunda is that game for, there are people out there, and by people, I mean the majority of gamers, there's people out there who just, they go and they buy their stuff, and they want to hang out at their house with their friends, and they want to have their friends, you go to your friend's house, or your friend comes over to your house, and you just hang out with your buddies, and you're not going to game stores, and you're not going to tournaments, and you're not like,
It's all the people that are playing Adeptus Titanicus right now.
Yeah.
Because I can't find any of those miniatures because they keep selling out, and I'm not able to buy them.
And if you're that kind of a person, and you have, like, that group of, you don't want to play against a bunch of strangers, and you have, like, your 4 or 5 buds, and you're, and you really love to game together, and you're always gaming all the time, like, for a closed group like that's staying, like, that's doing it at your house, a game like Necromunda, with its super strong narrative elements, it's just, just a dream.
I keep saying this every time they come out with a new release, but again, Necromunda now, once the lock gets here with the Game War book and the other, compiled edition, it will be a whole system. On top of that, you're going to have all 6 gangs, so you can have, like, real stories where people can not be, hey, I'm playing Goliath 1, you're playing Goliath 2 now. It's going to be, like, 6 different gangs. On top of that, there's rules for teams that are cult gangs and Chaos Cultist gangs.
So there's 8 already.
There's 8 gangs out there now, and they're all cool models because they're all current plastic sets, and they look fantastic.
Okay, so we need real world examples.
What do you mean
for all the gangs?
Oh,
Goliath
is Gold's bodybuilders.
Gold's Gym. It's Gold's Gym.
Orlok is hipster bikers.
Hipster bike. Yep. Bikers.
Vansar is Plastic Infinity.
Sure.
Yes. House Deloc is Dark City. We've established that one.
That's like I like
Hodor is Monty Python and the Holy Grail peasants.
Yes. Yes.
And,
good job. Good job.
Escher is roller derby chicks.
Yes.
And I can say that because I married one.
That's true. So it's not.
I mean that with love. That's not a.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not an insult. So
roller girls.
Well, roller derby, roller girls.
Got it.
They will mess you up.
They will.
Yeah. They're tough.
All right, so we got that.
Yeah.
We're going to round it out to talk about Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar?
Age of Sigmar.
Gosh, yeah.
I totally forgot.
There's so much stuff there for Age of Sigmar. All right.
We got 2 main things we're gonna go through it for Age of Sigmar. Number 1, they confirmed that
Gobos.
Moon Clan Gobos are coming. So there's a video for it. So this has been rumored for a while.
Hang on. They didn't confirm it so much as just, like, blatantly
say
it. Yeah, it's a moon with a gobbo face.
With a goblin
with
face.
mushrooms in the foreground.
What could it be?
What could it be? They haven't said it's Moon Clan Gits, but it's totally Moon Clan.
And then there was...
the Godsworn warband was also previewed.
Sure.
And those guys are Conan, Red Sonja, Dark Oath Chieftain, Dark Oath Queen.
So this is, again, more foreshadowing and more grist for the mill that we're going to be getting a battle tome.
We know the Moon Clan.
Slaves to Darkness is coming.
Slaves to Darkness is in the horizon, but closer to that now. Moon Clan is next. It's
going to be great.
Let's do Moon Clan first because there's so much I want to say about the Dark Oaths. I don't want to.
Okay, Moon Clan, go.
Moon Clan.
Goblins on spiders.
And
mushrooms.
Squigs.
Tons of squigs.
If you've seen, I forget the warband from Night Vault for the Goblos, for the Gobos.
Yes,
that's them. I hope that they've redone that whole line.
Yeah,
because
with like big troll. I mean, they have
well the big trolls too, but just the crazy bow guys. Yeah. Because so Moon Clan goblins were famous for a couple of things: mushrooms, squigs. We know that. Poison, bows. There's always like that rank of like 30 guys.
They take a lot of
bows.
They take a lot of hallucinogens.
Yeah, but the big thing was fanatics.
Yeah, that's part of that.
Just the ball and chain. If you've ever played against goblins with them were painted black, you were fighting somebody playing Moon Clan, and as soon as you got within 8 inches, they threw fanatics
out. It came.
You know what it came. You know what I'm talking about.
If
you played old Warhammer Fantasy.
If you played Warhammer Fantasy against goblins, you know.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you get within 8 inches of the goblins.
Yeah, so I'm really hopeful that they got redone in a really cool way.
Yeah.
Because, again, GW teased us with the Warband, and even before that with Malign Portents with the Mushroom Goblin Shaman.
I mean, we've seen a good amount of new miniature designs.
Yeah.
For Night Vault, we've seen a lot. There was the Goblin Shaman that came out with Malign Portent. So
I feel like the design studio.
So we don't know how big of a new range this is going to get, but I think they're going to get a lot of stuff.
Well, like if you look back at, let's just go back and look at Malign Portents. We had the Sacrosanct Chamber guy teased.
Yep.
We got an entire Sacrosanct Chamber line.
Yep.
We had the Night Haunt guy teased.
Mm-hmm.
We have an entire Night Haunt line.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Goblin teased. Are we going to get an entire Goblin line?
And then there's the Dark Oath.
And then the Dark Oath guys. Dark Oath. The
War Queen.
The War Queen was teased. We had the Chieftain before her. We had the Dark Oath Queen after that.
Yep.
They have an entire Dark Earth Warband. Are we going to get Slaves of Darkness getting a revamp?
I think so.
Yeah,
that would be.
What I was saying is, I
blueprint.
feel like the design team at GW, they have put out some really cool 40K stuff in the past year or so, but I feel like their energies have been really poured into the Age of Sigmar stuff more recently, because I feel like Age of Sigmar is getting so much cool stuff on the other side of the GW line.
Sure.
And it's been super cool. All of the Night Haunt stuff was great. Like, those miniatures
they're crazy,
freaking crazy. The Black Coach, I'm still building it, by the way,
and
is so cool.
And you're gonna totally get all those painted by next Thursday, right?
No, I'm not playing next Thursday, so I'm not getting them done. I got Titanicus to do, man.
All right.
I am all in on Titanicus right now.
I gotcha.
But as soon as that's done, that's my. They took a backseat.
That was all the unveils from GW over the past.
We got to talk Dark Oaths. I was saving this one.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Dark Oaths, like. I have a Warriors of Chaos army.
Okay.
I'm super excited about these guys because they're essentially going to be replacing those old Marauders.
Yes.
Which about time, please.
They've done their job for God and country.
Marauder Horsemen, you've served me well. I'm ready to retire you and get some new Marauder dudes in there. But
once again, I'm going to place my bet that when they are replaced, they will not be riding horses because there are no horses in the Age of Sigmar.
You're right.
There's no horses.
It's true.
If people ride something, they ride weird things.
I'm also curious. So what I'm hoping, and I don't. Again, this is me tinfoil hat wishing here, but the Dark Oath will be the replacement for the Marauders. They're part of Slaves of Darkness. I'm also hoping to get some new Chaos Warriors, sprues that are more like the Varangard style versus the Chaos Warrior. And you know what I'm talking about. The Chaos Warriors. Though that sprue of dudes, the rank and file guys, they were actually some of the best ones they made because they ranked up perfectly and they looked awesome, like in a big wall.
Really scary, in a big block.
Scary, really intimidating. Mm-hmm. However, they're just all like they're all the same pose. You might have two hand axes, or you might have a shield and a sword, or whatever. But you were essentially that. I really want them to get some new kits where they can breathe more and be more expansive on a big 32 mil base and be the large anti-Stormcast Eternals.
Yep, which is exactly what they are.
And exactly, and I think if you have the Dark Oath guys come out, and then you've got the big armor Chaos guys come out, oh man,
it's going to be good.
It's going to be a good time to be a Chaos player.
So. Huge amount of junk just came out in the past 4 days,
and again
crazy
foreshadowing. I feel like this is all foreshadowing from Games Workshop, pointing to the future of Age of Sigmar and 40K.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think we were done?
I did. Are we not done?
We forgot.
We forgot one.
The Chaos Box.
Wrath and Rapture.
The Chaos Wrath and Rapture.
Oh yeah! So surprise.
We've seen the Fiends. We've seen the Fiends already.
We've seen the new
the
corn
Fiends
dogs.
Are Slaanesh, so I'm just going to say this right now.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that they're demonic, because if you look biologically at Fiends of Slaanesh, they can't actually move. Well, because their legs are opposing. Two of the legs go this. It's not like a horse. Two of the legs walk this way, and the legs in the back are backwards.
You know what?
It's really... You can't...
That just means they walk like arachnids.
I just think they just land somewhere and don't move.
It's just the tongue. They just rotate really fast.
They don't actually move. They teleport through time.
Actually, in the old lore of Fiends, in the Realms of Chaos book, it talks about how they freak people out because they move sideways really fast. So they don't. They move really slowly forward to back, but they go sideways super quick. and it freaks people. So
they do freak people out because they don't work like you think because they're demons.
Because they're weird. Yeah. So we got a much more detail on exactly what this Wrath and Rapture is, and it is a box set that is going to have a bunch of new fiends in it, and then it has a bunch of new flesh hounds. So we're finally getting all new plastic flesh hounds. Right? There we go. About time.
I was looking over, do we have some metal flesh
and then
hounds?
And then it is supposed to have more stuff in the pictures and the artwork on the video they released. It just showed fiends.
And the dogs.
It was fiends and dogs, and then there was
bloodletters
and daemonettes. So who knows what extra means? It could be something we haven't seen, or it could be like a character, like a minor character.
It's going to be 2 characters. I'm calling it now, and the reason is I don't know this for sure. This is me making it up again.
All right, call it.
I'm calling it now because if you look at any of the other box sets, look at Wake the Dead. Let's look at Wake the Dead. Wake the Dead was stuff we've seen before, maybe, and we had a new Farseer and a new lieutenant.
Spirit Seer.
Thank you. Spirit Seer and a lieutenant. Dark Imperium had Primaris Captain, Gravis Armor dude, and a 2. You have to have 2 leaders for these 2 factions.
So it's going to be 2
It's going to be 2 HQ options.
Right. It's going to be
that are going to be completely new,
like 2 heralds. Basically.
Yeah, something like that. Harold and his brother Harold.
Yeah, minor.
Harold and Mod. I don't know, but the point is, you got to have 2 characters that are leading these 2 forces that are fighting.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a good parallel mirror between the 2 units. You might have like an elite versus a fast attack.
I think they should just throw 2 Primaris lieutenants in there.
Yeah,
because they've made 9 already. Maybe what's 2 more?
Let's just throw some more Primaris lieutenants in there. Let's just throw them in the box for funsies. GW.
It'll be like, hey guys,
Wrath and
do
Rapture,
you like demons?
Cool.
You should play Warhammer 40,000 too.
Do you like demons and also some Primaris Marines?
Yeah,
but I'm calling it out. You're gonna get at least 1 HQ.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And
I think
they're gonna be able to fight. You know.
Yeah, which is interesting. So, because since this has come out, everyone was like, is it a book? What is it?
Yeah.
But it's a box set with a bunch of miniatures. So, cut off.
And if you want to play demons, if I'm correct, and again, I feel like I'm pretty, like, good money, I'd put good money on that. Yeah. That there'd be at least 2 characters in there.
That's what I think.
If I'm correct, and they do have a mirror image thing here, you buy that box set, you've got a demon army in a box.
Right.
Because you've got,
sure. Yeah.
You can just run them as Chaos Demons.
Yeah, if you're playing Chaos Demons, and for either system. Yeah. Age of Sigmar or whatever, so it will be a popular release no matter what.
Yeah, no matter, they can't go wrong with running that. If you need more Bloodletters, of course you do. You need more Daemonettes, of course you do.
Because why wouldn't you?
New Core Dogs and Fiends, awesome. And 2 characters, and if again, right down the line, that's a battalion.
Yeah.
Essentially. In 40K or it's a war scroll in
do we have any questions or any comments out there? All right, everybody. I think we're.
Did we finally cover everything?
We did.
Yeah, it was a crazy weekend.
We used up the entire hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of 40K.
There's D&D stuff too.
There is some D&D stuff.
We will get to that.
Yeah.
Next week.
I do want to plug one more time Arkham Horror 3rd Edition because it was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Arkham Horror guy. I love the whole setting. But that game was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They streamlined a lot of stuff. The new tile system's great. If you played the previous version, I keep saying this, but the previous version was always like go find some clues and close a gate.
Right.
Like it was very rudimentary and it was it's still kind of creepy. But now it's like you're actually playing through a story with the different scenarios, and they're not different every time, but they can be because of how the cards work. So it's just a really cool system. I want to dive back in. So
4 Dungeons and Dragons really quick, just to catch you up. The Mad Mage supplement, that is the big one.
Yeah, that's this month.
That is also set in Waterdeep. Yes, it's this month. So it is just around the corner. It got delayed. It got pushed back a week.
Yeah.
So something happened with shipping.
Yeah,
China, whatever, oceans,
something in the water.
Yeah, so it's around the corner. That's about to be here. So for all of you RPG people, and we know that a lot of you 40K players and RPG players are the same people. So that's coming. Be really excited for that. And WotC did announce that they announced this weekend that there is a new supplement coming that they are working on. That is going to be it is a new campaign setting, so new universe, whatever, and it is not Spelljammer. as everyone
not
thinks.
Spelljammer.
Not Spelljammer. What? So it's not Spelljammer.
Is it Eberron?
But it is something they said it is all new.
Coming out.
Yeah, it is not in any. Oh, and then that was the other really interesting piece of news for all of you D&D people. So the president of the CEO of Wizards, not Hasbro, but of Wizards. So we've seen that. A few months back, he had talked a little bit about esports and competition.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, whoa, what does that mean? With Magic the Gathering and, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Those things fit.
That's all under the WotC, they own those are their two biggest properties. And so we have seen Ravnica, which is also...
Ravnica is
very soon
is the Magic the Gathering setting that has been
turned into a
D&D setting now too, which is super cool.
But the CEO hinted that they may be looking at doing some future products for Magic the Gathering that are going in the other direction. So we could see dungeons. So there could be like a new expansion box for Magic the Gathering that's actually set in Dungeons and Dragons world. So you could be like, cool. I tap my beholder. I just wanted to say that.
You tap.
I tap my beholder. I tap Tiamat.
Oh, that would be. I would actually.
Like, so, mind blown, people are freaking out.
Yeah.
So just be aware.
That'd be kind of cool.
No specific products have been announced, but when the CEO says, we're thinking about that, y'all know what that means.
Yeah.
Like when the big head boss hints at something.
This month in particular should be really cool for D&D because of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you play the Waterdeep Dragon Heist, that's going to take your characters from 1 to 5 or 1 to 6, and this one's going to take you from 6 to 20.
Yeah.
On top of that,
the big one.
Ravnica is also due out, I think, later this month as well. So it's a really good week.
And I mean, as usual,
month for D&D.
Yeah. D&D's blowing up as usual. This is going to be like its third year in a row of like 40% growth. It's crazy. Yeah. It is like it is the big cultural game in analog gaming right now.
Yeah,
like everybody's in the world, like everyone is playing D&D. Everyone knows what it is. Schools are playing it. It's it's nuts. So
the stigma's gone. It's fun.
It's
okay
totally
to play.
gone.
It's okay to play D&D now.
Tom Cruise is not going to be accused of worshiping
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Different one. Tom Hanks will not be accused of worshiping the devil.
Madness.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nobody does that.
All right, guys, that's the tabletop hour. We're I'm hoarse.
You're hoarse. That's why I'm out of my drink now.
I'm a horse.
Yes. Anyway, that's Tabletop Hour. I'm Adam Harry.
I'm Larry Vella. Once again, thanks for watching. We're here every Monday at this time.
And Thursday.
And once again, Thursdays. Every Thursday from 7 to 9 Central. That is, I'm doing my math. That is
8 to 10 Eastern.
8 to 10 Eastern.
And something different West Coast.
Something different
minus
Pacific
2 hours.
time. We are going to be playing. We are spinning up
5 to 7.
We're going to have a weekly game. It's the old crew. We're going to be hanging out. We have a bunch of Age of Sigmar people are going to be coming and joining us.
We're not playing on Thanksgiving, are we?
No.
Yeah. So not Thanksgiving, but every Thursday.
Correct. That is correct. Every Thursday, unless it is a major holiday.
It is kind of a big
deal.
So
it's going to be 40K and Age of Sigmar. Every now and then, we're going to hang out and do a hobby stream with you guys. And you can just come, and we're going to be hanging around the table, hobbying it up, and having fun, working on our 40K and Age of Sigmar stuff.
I vote for more hobby streams because I have a lot of stuff to build.
So we want you guys to tune in. So basically, come and check us out. We will see you this Thursday, Abe versus Thomas.
Goat Boy versus Stable Abe.
Codex Orcs. It's going to be good.
Thomas is playing his orcs?
He is.
Oh, boy.
He's got 3 bone breakers.
Oh,
what a jerk.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be fun.
I'll be there.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
We will see you.
subscribe. Thanks for watching.